Hey guys, welcome back to Planet Tyro. I'm your host Donald the Wonder, and you're back here with me to continue the celebration of International Animation Day month. Now, apart from talking about Leica Studios, I want to do something a bit different. Now, when we celebrate animation, I guess we always speak about the well-known, most recent titles. Now, I want to go back. And before I do, I want to give a massive shout out to T-kun from Manic Expressions. She helped me. Well, she's kind of helped me finding these little gems that I want to speak about. Now, before I talk about the title we're going to talk about, believe me, this is going to come off as me being a hipster, historian. You know, I'm bringing up a movie that's so old, that's so dated, maybe even completely unwatchable to some people. They're just going to think I'm being a hipster for hipster's sake. But no, again, just for appreciating animation, sometimes we have to go back and see how things started. And again, what I want to talk about is a movie called The Adventures of Prince Achmed. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. It was actually made in 1926. That was nearly 100 years ago. It's about 89 years ago from now, so that was a long time ago. Now, the reason why this movie is so significant, especially when you look at it historically, it's actually one of the most, it's one of the oldest animated films you can still find in its full form. Now, historically, I know the first animated movie release was in I put it on the screen. I even mentioned it on the original introduction animation video, but this was one of the first animated movies ever made that you can still find in one of the earliest ever made. And it's a story based on it's taken elements from the Arabian Nights, and you can find clips of it on YouTube. Now, the reason why I said all that hipster stuff is because when you look at this movie, the style of animation they're using is something you won't see used anymore. This was the birth of animation, people. This was basically cut out paper, highlighted with like shadow techniques, and then moving paper. It's kind of like paper puppetry. Again, you can see the clips on YouTube, and the movie's an hour long. Now, I won't lie to you guys, you probably won't want to watch this for an hour. Like, even I had problems watching this all the way through. But to be honest with you, from a historical standpoint, watching what they were doing, and I'll try to put clips in the video, but again, YouTube and copyright, I might get flagged or whatever, but I'll probably show you what I mean. It's interesting, and it's interesting to see the technique. And I saw bits and pieces that I thought, you know what? I wouldn't mind if someone reproduced this today. You can still use this style from an artistic level, and I think something could be done with it. Now, again, when I spoke about Leica on the previous video, that's stop motion. Now, in a sense, you could say that cutting out pictures and highlighting them as shadows and using it to make movements, it's a form of stop motion as well. But back in the days, this is all they had to work with, guys. And we enjoy digital animation, 3D animation so much now, we forget that back in the day, this was revolutionary to a whole group of people. Back in the 1920s, this blew people's mind. And, I remember when I went to the Cartoon Art Museum, I'll put a link in the description, or I'll even put a link on the video, guys. I went to the Cartoon Art Museum. I remember they had some still shots of this. I think they were reproduced. So, again, I appreciate animation of all types. The movie itself, I think it just looks average to me. I got a little bit bored, I'm not going to lie to you guys, but I enjoyed watching the style, and I think it's worth checking out just so you can see how it was done and see what the style was like. The story itself, it was okay. Now, there's no sound in it. They used some subtitles, well, not on subtitles, there's just panels of the imagery, then panels of text giving you the story. My only criticism is that, again, I wish we could see it in a more clearer quality, because even the quality I saw was pretty bad. But I just wanted to see what it was like. I heard about this movie. It's very much appreciated in the niche hipster historian realm of film and cinema. But again, man, I like broadening my horizons, I'm slurring there, and understanding where animation came from. And you know what? If you guys don't remember, last year, I even have a book of the history of animation, and this is right there. If I can find a page, I might put it on the screen, but that's a bit too much hassle. But anyway, guys, there's a link in the card if you want to just check it out. This is something you should just see, even if it's for 5 minutes, because believe me, I know not even I could take a whole hour of this, but still, it's something to just watch and see and appreciate, and we appreciate it. And I want to thank T-kun for recommending this one. There's 3 other recommendations she made. So again, I just want to make these short 5-6 minute videos highlighting these little small contributions to the animation game. And they're not all going to be these crazy hipster old movies, guys. So stay tuned. Just wanted to throw this one out there. And we'll leave it at that. I'll see you on the next one.